Hi everyone, I'm Dimitri, just an INTJ, and another really important topic to discuss is competition. We're going to be talking about what is competition, how it represents in real life, how it applies to your life, how does it come to your life every day, how to be a good competitor, the importance of being a good competitor. Um, well, everything related to competition, concepts. The first thing I like to relate is oneself with life, because that's the most easy way to capture people's attention, right? So where's the competition with you in your life? First of all, everything you see around you got here through natural selection, which is everything competing with everything until the best or the most adept, better spoken, prevails, right? So nature itself concluded and made everything through competition. That's how important it is. Everything is made out something winning and something losing. How life makes you compete every day and every time, or everything that exists in the world is competing for your time. That's the most valuable thing you have to invest: your time, your effort, everything you are, the project you made of you. So everything in life is demanding that from you, because that's what you are. That's what the market is. And the most value you have, the more value you have, more will be worth. More your time will be worth of, more your effort will be worth of, and you're gonna be competing for the better jobs or for the better payments or for the better rewards, right? But also, in every choice, there's competition. If you choose green rather than blue, you're choosing all the outcomes that choosing green will generate. And when you choose green, you are saying that you analyzed all the outcomes, and between the two outcomes, blue and green, you chose that green will bring better outcomes to your project. So every choice is a competition. Blue and green are competing to see which outcome will give you a better result to your end. But they're not beings. Blue and green are colors. So you, with your thoughts, your ideas, your knowledge, your conscience, have to choose them between one of them. And that's competing with yourself. That's life telling you, look, there are more people doing what you do, and they also have to choose between blue and green, just like you. Some of you will succeed, some of you will not. That's life. Life is telling you all the time that, but not in words. But you have to read it, because this is a competition. So the thing with competition is that it's so natural that kids are not just fond of it, but they are attracted to it. Just see, kids are competing all the time. Leave kids alone, and between them, they will start compete. They will start to compete. That's nature in all its beauty. They love competition, and not many people, are really interested in using that tool and finally understanding what motivates kids, what motivates everyone, which is to win, to be good, and to win. That means to know you're participating in a competition, to know how to compete, to know how to be a good competitor, to know the flaws and the high points of your adversaries, and to win them and to beat them and yourself. So kids engage in that process naturally. Leave them alone and then create that environment. The thing is, people can use that and they don't. You can use competition with kids to teach mostly everything you want to teach as values, regarding to values in life, to anyone, because that's what nature do. Nature taught every being on it to live by one rule: competition. You have to compete. So kids are eager to learn their nature. They're like, okay, I came here and all I know is that I want to be better. That's all they know. That's all they seek. To repeat what their parents do, to repeat what the good kids do, the good kids and what they are good at, to explain to the other kids when they are good, why they are good, to share knowledge. That's natural in kids. So the values that come with competition, as I just said, are really important for life, are basically life. And I just explained in the decision-making process. Basically, when you're competing, you have to eliminate what doesn't work and repeat what works. It's a strategy. It's building in a strategy, right? So when kids are competing on hide and seek, if you hide behind a tree and someone sees you from a certain angle, you will learn now that in order to hide, you gotta be less exposed than what you were. The thing is, some kids will learn that faster and understand that faster, and some will not. That's not a problem. That's just the way it is, okay? There are higher IQs, there are lower IQs, there are different ways to think, there are different perspectives, 16 different perspectives, if you think as MBTI, so that's not a problem. It doesn't mean anything rather than she didn't see it, okay? But the thing is, if you want to intervene and use competition as a tool to learn, because it's the most powerful tool in my idea, in my thoughts, in my opinion, that's the most powerful tool you can use because it's the most complete tool, because it's the most realistic tool, competition. You have to teach the step by step so they can understand they are in a competition, they understand what it is to compete, what it is to be a competitor. And what they want is always eliminate what doesn't work and repeat what works. What else? They start to understand that they have to analyze whatever is changing and whatever is not changing in their experience. What is that? That is, analyze in others, in their competitors, what they are repeating and what they are not repeating. That means their rate of learning, the pace they learn, the speed they learn, you have to analyze so you can properly judge the difficulty you're playing against, per se. That's why there's responsibility over learning that we talked about in the learning video. Okay? That's why you have to always make someone, kid or not, responsible for what they learned. As they learn something, they're responsible for that. They cannot go back. They have to take this in mind to complete the next steps. Okay? They have to learn to adapt and to switch strategies. Wow. Because when they're competing, the beautiful of competition is that there are no really rules outside the values of the game, of the competition. If you're not stepping on anyone's freedom, you're not infringing any rule. So the beautiful is that you have to always readapt because people can come out with different strategies and different tactical solutions and things you never thought before. And you have to be prepared and know the step by step of what you have to do to adapt to that and to generate a new tactic, strategy for you and your game to come out as a winner again. So what competition implements is now a state of free competition itself that generates that you're never really comfortable because everyone is adapting, everyone is learning. When everyone is adapting and everyone is learning, the more you adapt, the more people will adapt. And kids seek that environment naturally. That means when one kid gets better, if there are three, two kids will have to adapt. And they will. And once they adapt, they will probably get a little better in something or something else. Then the other one and the other one will have to adapt again. And every one of them uses the other as a step to go forward and up. And they have to know that. They could know that. Imagine if they were aware of that. If they were taught that. Look, this what you're doing naturally, competing with your friends, that's great. Let's learn together on it. Do you think a kid would say no to you? Say, nah, I don't want to compete. I want to be home or school and listen to someone writing on a whiteboard, rather than be running and laughing and losing and winning and learning and using my body and using my energy and focusing my mind and learning concepts and thinking strategies. Oh, but some kids are not that physical, Dimitri. Some kids are like, they're not into sports and physical activity. No problem. You have video games. You have puzzles. You have table games. We just bought a chess here. We're playing chess home. Chess can teach you a lot of, all the concepts competition can teach you. The importance of every piece. How to measure if you want to lose a pawn or not. That's an important decision in chess. Moving every piece to keep it defended by the other ones, or to move undefended when you're not being attacked. And keep in mind that this is undefended and you have to defend it again, and prioritizing your moves, what to do first, what to do last, what to do next, what not to do, what will be doing to me. Video games, for example. Kids are naturally driven to video games. It's an industry of entertainment, much different than schools, for example, where it's the same. Nothing changed since I was to school and kids now are to school. Nothing changed. Well, they have slides now. Wow. Everything they took time to write with their hands, now they have to just project in a wall and they save the time of writing again, the teachers. So now kids have more time to cope it in school, right? Yeah, great. Nothing much has changed, but game industry, entertainment industry, more and more in the world, people have more time to leisure because we're growing, we're evolving, and we're getting more free time. That's the goal of all of this. So entertainment industry is growing, is rising, and video games changed a lot since my childhood. The games I played when I was 5 to 10 are not the games I play now. It's normal that kids are driven to it. That they are appealing, they are entertaining, and they have competition, and the kind of competition people like, with values, with stricted laws that everyone respects in the game. Everyone respects the law. There's no other way. It's forced to you. The laws in game, the laws that everyone agreed to follow to play that game. So that way kids wanna learn and wanna enjoy the activity. That way they want. So why not enter in their world and use their tool to make them learn what you want? Sit with your child while he's playing Call of Duty and teach him about competition. What is he doing? What has he learned of his opponents? How does he kill? what weapons is he using, why, to reach far, to reach. That's life. That's learning life. Because in life, you have to make those decisions. Why are you talking to these people like this? Why are you going to that place? Why are you investing time on this? Why are you thinking when you use your phone to call this person? That's life. Decision making. And there's no environment more real to decision making, correct decisions, success, incorrect decisions, failure, than a competition. That's why free markets work. That's why free markets work. Basically, okay, I want to make a break here and talk about the videos itself and the process of YouTube, because I always forget that as I'm new here. If you're interested in what I'm saying, it's very likely that I'm interested in what you're saying, because I built this channel to talk about this. And if you're interested in this, I want to talk about you. I want to talk to you. I want to know your ideas. I want to know your perspective. So leave comments, subscribe, and send me messages so I can talk about more things, suggest themes, topics, whatever you feel like doing, do it. Okay, this is interactive. I came here just to talk to people who want to listen to me and talk about those things. So share your opinion too. Okay? So the last analogy I'm going to make with competition, think of an empire. And think of us building an empire right now. Okay, we found a land and we have to, like with wars and stuff, and get our territory and make it bigger and conquer everything. Okay, so we're starting our empire. As we try to grow our territory, we'll have to face wars. And if we succeed on growing them, it means we won the wars, which means we prepared that to win our adversaries and won. And that involves a large process of training, of thinking, of preparing, of strategizing, everything, right? As this empire gets bigger and bigger, less percentage of people will be involved into the wars. The smaller it is, the closest the combat is to everyone. But as the empire gets bigger, the middle, the core, gets far and further away from the action, from the competition for territory, for food, for survival. What happens? What will happen differently for the people close to the combat and the people away from the combat? Well, I'm going to tell you what's happening. What's going to happen is that the people close to combat will keep fresh in mind that to compete, you have to have all of those values. Keep in mind everything you learned: discipline, respect, and all of we just discussed. And people that are away from combat, and as the empire is keep growing, more people will get away from combat, will get an easier life, will get a life that those who compete manage to give them. But they don't have to compete in that level. They don't have to compete for survival anymore. Now they are competing for smaller things. Everything is smaller than your life, right? And as they grow as an empire, the middle is going to compete for smaller things every time, and so on, until they get to the point that they become leftist, that they think things just come out of nowhere, they think that you have just to redistribute money and all of that. We already know. That's a total lack of knowledge of what competition is, its importance, its aspects, everything. So it's very important to keep kids close to competition, aware of competition. Everyone, not just kids, but I mean kids because they like it. So do them a favor, keep them competing, and teach them something out of it. Keep competing.